So I've had a little bit of feedback about my YouTube clips so far, and the first bit of feedback I had was, why haven't you been outside yet? So that's where I'm sort of heading now. I'm going to work out a way that I can set this up a little better in the car. Not going to be the best sunset of all time. In fact, it's probably going to be total rubbish, but that's all right. I'm headed to Ocean Grove Lookout Park, which is just up here. Is this the worst angle ever? Yeah. Kind of hoping no one's up here. Nobody's up here. Perfect. Okay, so the reason I didn't really want anyone to be up here while I was doing this was because I haven't really got the hang of talking to the camera while there's people around. It's awkward. But anyway, let's have a look. And as you can see, already being put off by that gentleman right there. So for those of you that do know the area, this is Ocean Grove Lookout Steps, I think it's called. There's the lookout where I've just parked was just up there, and these are the steps down to the beach. It's pretty cool, huh? So this is one of my favorite places to come if I'm just looking for a little bit of inspiration to try and get the juices going again, to try and you know, maybe capture a relatively easy, straightforward scene. This is a place that I would come to. So I'm going to turn the camera around and you can see exactly what I like to line up here. So there you go, that's one of my favourite scenes to shoot, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop recording this video, I'm going to take a photo and show you how it comes up. So what I want to do here is just show you a little technique that I like to use. So when you're out taking landscape photos, one thing to remember is a lot of people will take their photos from their natural height, from their natural eye level. But when you get to a place like this, it's really a lot of fun to be able to experiment with different angles. So in particular, what a lot of people forget to do is to get down low when they're taking their landscape photos. And I'm really not 100% sure why people do that. You know, it's really easy just to get low, to change your leading lines and to change the look and feel of the subject. More importantly though, to give your viewer the idea that you've gone to a bit of effort to get the photo. So for example, if I flip the camera around right now, and this is how the scene looks from my eye level. Still a nice scene, you've got these leading lines, you've got the steps coming in. What a great spot for photography. However, if we simply go like this, we have completely, in my opinion, changed the look and feel of the scene. The leading lines are now coming from the top parts and also the bottom corners. So it really has that vanishing point look down here in the distance. So that can work really well, literally just by, all I've done there is crouch down. If I take that a little further and even put the camera on the steps, so if we put the camera on the steps themselves, you can actually see that it really changes the perspective. So that one simple trick, literally by lowering or raising the camera, you can completely change the look and feel of your scene. Nice and simple trick, easy to do. Right now I've got the camera mounted on a little tripod, so I can actually extend a leg of the tripod like so and push it even further away and change the perspective even more. Hopefully you can hear me above a bit of wind noise, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. So this is an absolutely awesome place to come and take photos. We've got loads of coastline in the distance, as you can see, and loads of coastline back that way. So this little point here is Barwon Heads, bow and heads. And if we look back this way, way in the distance, where is that? Back here somewhere is, yeah, back there is Point Lonsdale. You can actually, might be able to just make out the lighthouse, so that's way back there. Another awesome place where I like to film, and another place where I'll definitely be taking you guys in the near future. And one other thing I'll point out as well, as I get myself lit a little bit better, one other thing I'll point out as well is I am shooting with a wide angle lens. Now this is wider than what you would normally get with, say, a kit lens with an SLR, which is generally an 18mm lens. This is actually a 10mm lens. If you think about that, that is, I guess, 80% wider. So it's a heck of a lot wider than the kit lens that will come with your camera. So I highly recommend you have a look at getting a wider angle lens for your landscape photography, just to help you a little bit with fitting more into the scene, but also helping you with like leading lines and just getting a wider angle of view closer to the human's peripheral vision, because that's really what makes a difference in landscape photography, is getting a wider angle lens. So I'm now going to set the camera up on the tripod, and I'm going to take a few photos here while I'm sort of waiting for perhaps a bit of a sunset to happen. As I say, I don't think much is going to happen tonight, but we'll see how we go.